What's up, everybody? Grid by Guru here, and today what we're going to do is we are going to end up talking a little bit about the leverage and how to end up using that. Okay, it's going to be a leveraged grid buy, and I'm going to show you kind of some of the ways that it ends up working out. So what I would like for you guys to do, if this is something you're interested in, you want to follow along, go ahead and let's continue on. Before we get any further, if you would like this video, click the bell, hit subscribe. It's going to help me out. And again, it's going to help with Pionex overall. All right. So this is only going to be on the global site. So keep that in mind when you are trying to end up making your trades. You're going to end up going up to spot and you're going to go to trading bot. Also on top of this, I'm trying out a new way of recording. Hopefully it's capturing my mouse. It might not be though. And if it doesn't, I'm going to have to try something different. Now this leveraged grid bot is going to end up being a advanced grid bot. So if you are an individual who is new to crypto, new to trading, I would recommend you staying away from this. If you are a seasoned vet and you feel like you have got what it takes, what I would do is I would go ahead and do some more research on what leverage is exactly and how to use leverage to your advantage, because it can be very detrimental if you do not understand it fully. All right, first off, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm coming down here. You go to spot, you go to trading bot, you scroll down a little bit. On the right hand side, I have a leverage grid trading bot. I am on INJ USDT. I'm just going to leave it there. It doesn't really matter for the sake of you understanding kind of how to set it up. And you click on leverage grid bot. With this, it's going to tell you what pairs do have leverage and what don't. So my INJ does not. So you need to end up finding a trading pair that has the little icon next to it. So do you see how this one says BTC USDT 5 times? That means you can end up using that one on leverage. XRP has a ×3, Link has a ×3, BCH ×3. So there's only certain ones that really offer leverage on this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to BTC and do some leverage with that. All right. So now what we end up having is you have your grid bot kind of window options there. That's the term I was looking for. And again, you can pick a lower limit. Okay, so I would say if I were going to trade Bitcoin, I would take a lower limit of 32. And my upper limit, I would say 46. And I would put how many grids I want. I would do 150 to start off with, because obviously the more grids you have, the more trades you're having. I don't like the 0.14% to 0.23%. So I'm going to downgrade that to 100. And we're still not really where I'm wanting to be at. So I would do, maybe we'll do 75. I like the 0.35 to 0.53. I like that a little bit more. So with this, it is going to end up having you check your leverage. So what I'm going to end up doing is down here, you have the options of 0.12, 0.15, or 1.2, 1.5, sorry, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you do 5, that's your max, but remember, you need some of that investment and you have to borrow some of it, and we'll get to talking a little bit more about that as well. Okay, so you have borrowable funds down here. So that means there is currently $357,000 USDT that you can borrow. This is your interest rate. So 0.023% per day is what you will be losing. Okay, so kind of remember that. This is not necessarily a long-term hold. This is going to end up being something that if you're pretty certain, and again, this is going to be for advanced traders. If you're pretty certain about it, then that's going to end up kind of being what you can end up using. But every single day, you are going to lose 0.023%. Now, it doesn't really matter if you're making 1%. You're borrowing this massive amount of money on a times 5. But just kind of keep that in mind. So let's say I do this, okay? Let's say I end up putting in 50%, okay? Now up here it's going to say how much I need. I need more than 525 USDT. I only put, let's see, maybe I could put more in. All right, so I have 272 that I could end up putting in. So that's the total. I need 500. So what you end up having is down here, it kind of breaks it down what you need and how this number works for you. So if I end up lowering this, say I do 1.2, okay, I still don't have enough. Okay, I still don't have enough to end up doing it. And this account currently is pretty low, and I'm all right with that. But one thing I want you to know about is this, what's called estimated liquidation price. So if this price gets hit, you will lose all of your funds. The bot will close, it will stop, you will lose your funds. Okay, so that's going to be a big problem if it gets down there. Now, realistically, it's probably not going to get to 7,000. Could it? Yeah, absolutely. Bitcoin could go to 0 tomorrow. Could. Realistically, probably not, but it could. So be mindful of that. And then what you're going to do is once you've got everything set up the way you want, you hit create, and you then end up creating a leveraged grid bot. Now again, you're borrowing some funds, okay? So please be mindful of that. You are borrowing funds when you create a leveraged grid bot, okay? The bank, if you will always get its funds before they lose them. So even if you end up, even if it's real close to liquidation, then they're going to end up closing the bot before they lose their funds, okay? So be mindful of that. Again, this is an advanced bot. It is advanced because you're borrowing funds that technically you don't have. Can it make you profits? Yes, but if you're borrowing and you don't really know what you're doing, it can come back to be very hard to overcome that. And especially the fact that since you're borrowing, you're losing out on 0.023% every single day. Okay, so kind of be mindful of that. This is for advanced traders. You are going to probably want to watch the charts a little bit more than what a daily person would. Like I said, I don't use leverage. I am a daily bar trader, so that's not something I do. All right, everybody. As always, I hope you end up having a great week trading, and I want you guys to stay green. I'll see you next time.